Discus lariat.
The huge suplex.
Yes.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to a fired-up edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. You got it. Thank you for joining us today. I don't know if there's too much that went on in the world of professional wrestling. We may have to try to figure out what to talk about, but I'm sure something will come to mind. And joining me to do that, give me the teeth. I know it's coming.
I got the hotline.
Uh-oh, what is it?
All right, the hotline says it's a flip phone.
Oh,
there it is. The Chief's flip phone is alive and well.
There you go. There he is. The man simply known as the Chief is in the house.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm going to have to start calling you Gibbs now. But anyway, and to his right, the man, the myth, the legend, the man that keeps us all electronic, Mr. Matt Mullen. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing very well. It's another day in paradise. And, of course, joining us today over in Studio 1A, the historian, Mr. Thomas Burnett. And, of course, making us all look that much better, one of our fan favorites, if not the favorite, Miss Brandy Larry. How are you over there?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Thomas.
Don't need to speak.
We're doing well.
Thomas,
doing well.
Thomas, let's go. Thomas, you are on the show more often than her. It's okay if you speak.
Thank you for letting me speak. Thank
Okay,
you.
there you go.
That's enough for
You're
the
done.
hour.
Right?
That's enough for the hour.
Okay, you can see the door now.
That's right.
Just don't step on any cords.
That's right. And then,
Or trip and fall.
Wait, there's caution cones.
hey, good morning, Jennifer. Jennifer's out there. By the way, Ronald, I know you're not tuned in yet. You'll notice that Thomas is not with us at the adult table. That's because I'm working his way out by going down to a smaller table, and maybe next week he'll be in the bathroom. Anyway, so
On the John.
hey, Garth, how you doing? Good to see you out there. Been a while since we've seen you in the chat room. Hope all is well. Gentlemen, how are you since we last congregated?
I'm doing fine.
I didn't mean to trick you with that question. I apologize.
Wait a minute, let me check on
Check the flip phone.
Check the flip
Check if
phone.
you got any text messages.
I'm doing good. Just working, dealing with all the crazy Fremont people and trying to get websites back up and
Which, by the way,
all that fun stuff.
thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts.
Yes,
Number one, rebuilding the
absolutely.
Thoughts Count Anywhere website, thoughtscountanywhere.com, and Aaron's.Vegas is up and running. A few more things that I know Matt is working on, but we are back up. Our sites are there, which means our shops are back up. So you can go online right now, thoughtscountanywhere.com, hit the shop tag. You can purchase any one of the shirts you see right here simply by going to the item on the page. Now, of course, Thomas, Mr. Historian over there, he is currently wearing our hockey jersey, which is not available on our website as of yet. Perhaps we will at some point get it up there. So there we go. Mr. Thomas, why don't you stand up and you can model the back if you'd like and show what
No one's ever going to buy
What a
anything
horrible
again.
Model.
So
You
there
get
you
better paid for a better spokesperson.
He really put that on. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
I
Well,
didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Good job, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good job, buddy. That
Thank
looks
you.
good.
Thank you.
That's good.
All
Use the
right.
microphone. That's what it's for. The mic, you know.
How much did he pay you to say that?
I don't know.
Speaking of microphones,
I
don't.
haven't thought about it yet.
Speaking of microphones, don't lean too
I'm
far
sorry.
away.
Sorry about
All
that.
right. Hey, by the way, just as a reminder, send us chats in the chat room. We are watching them. We still have not put enough quarters in the phones just yet to make sure that they work. So we're not going to tempt fate, gentlemen. We're just going to respond to everybody via chat. If somebody does want to try it, well, if somebody does want to try it just to see if it works, 702-992-3207 is our number. You can try that. We'll even see if the phone's even plugged in. So hopefully John has remembered to plug it in and turn it on. He's checking now. As we have a dial tone, sir? There we go. He had to crank up the handle to make sure it's working. But anyway, all right.
He's got my own phone.
He does. We're right next to your flip phone.
All right.
Anyway, guys, we have a lot going on. But first, we have to start off with something, Chief, right?
Story time with Matt. It's called Story Time with
We caught our
Matt.
producer quickly. So this is what he gets for short counts. Bring
Story time with the enforcer, Matt Mullen.
All right, I got one for you just because there was nothing really too crazy on Fremont this week to blab about, but there was an update of a story.
Uh-oh.
The day after those two people got killed and hit by a car, there was
yes.
a shooting on the 3rd Street stage.
Oh, boy.
And they say they arrested the guy like right after, like they knew who he was. But I saw the mugshot yesterday. And if you work anywhere near Fremont Street and you go to the McDonald's for breakfast, there was this guy that would mess up everybody's order every single day. This dude might have been the worst person at his job on planet Earth. And when I saw the mugshot that it was him, I laughed uncontrollably for like 10 minutes.
My God.
I wanted to go send him a wrong order just to be like, hey, have fun.
So is that kind of like karma being a bitch?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
gonna be making wrong orders in the jail cell now.
That's right. Don't drop your meat if you know what I'm talking about. Hi, Patrick. Sorry. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
I said don't drop the meat.
Okay. All right.
You better hope they got powdered soap.
Hopefully Dominic Mysterio's not there.
That's right.
Gonna do hard times.
Hard times.
Soap on the rope.
There you go. Isn't that where soap on the rope was invented? Is in jail?
Yes.
Not that I would know. But anyway, all right. So we have to pay to chat. What do you mean you have to pay to chat, Garth? No, not. Well, you could pay to chat if you want to become a sponsor again. We'd appreciate that, of course. But
Hey,
you can
Garth.
chat all the time you want. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Garth. How you doing, buddy?
Can you see that from there?
Tom Crawford. Good morning. How you doing?
There you go.
Yeah, I
That's
can
good.
see it.
No, I'm happy. That's good because I don't want to look.
Didn't
on the
I
phone.
ever tell you about my eyes? I'll do that for the Chiefs rant today.
Okay.
All right,
And he's doing it with his glasses over here. So
Yep.
I don't know if you can see them because there we go. So he's doing very well.
They're just my cheaters.
Oh.
The phone's
Well, let's see
ringing.
if it's going to work. The phone is ringing.
Yes.
Thank you, Garth. Looking good in the new studio. Let's see if we can get it working this week. We had a little hiccup last week, but in the meantime, something pretty historic, I guess. Let's see if we can make it work over there. Some little news hit the wrestling world this past week, which I know will probably take up a lot of the conversation and
All right,
the
here's
impact.
a test, Jim.
All right, here we go. Let me know when, sir, that we can address our caller.
Yeah.
All All right.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. We need the headphones, but
We'll make it work. Caller, are you there, please? Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
I hear something.
Oh, I hear it. I hear
that.
Yep. But I barely hear. Caller, hang on a second. We need to raise your volume. Hang on, caller.
I can't get up there too much. The speakers are going to feedback into the You do it?
Okay, caller, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna let you go. We have to set up our headsets to properly hear you. So I asked that after we come back from our first break that you try again. We apologize. We're still ironing out some of these things because we're using different microphones. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Previously, we were using what looked like a radio studio setup with the headsets and the boom microphones, and it worked very well. The microphones that you see sometimes.
Wait,
Let's not give too much credit
Wait
to
a
where
minute.
credit is
Wait a
due.
minute. We
I
have
opened up
five.
a can of worms here.
We have 5 microphones working at once.
Yes, not 33 of them.
33.
533, the magic number.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Oh.
If I have to explain
And
these things.
and these 5 work very well.
So,
So caller, we apologize.
yes.
After during the break, we'll try to work it out and get back to you.
There you go.
Hopefully you will call back in.
Garth says someone paid the phone bill. It is paid, we assure you. And I didn't, well, I won't finish.
You didn't
that
have to
sentence.
pay it either.
Thank you. Oh, man.
In 535 Lees.
We went up $2.
Okay, enough.
Anyway, so
Enough.
If Garth, if that was you, that was calling. Try to get after the break. During the break, we're going to set up the headsets. The issue is the internal volume because we're using different mics here, and the sound system is a little bit different. And quite frankly, the studio's never been tested with live shows until we came over here. So we're really testing the progress of our producer. But anyway, all right. Shall we all get started with rumors?
Hey,
gentlemen and
yeah, that
ladies?
sounds good
What
to
do you
me.
think? Rumor is now Edge will return at Royal Rumble. Anybody surprised? Let's go over to Studio 1A for their input. Brandy or Thomas?
Hasn't
No.
he returned the past 4 years at the Royal Rumble?
That is very true. It has been practiced.
Something like that, right?
Thomas?
I'm not surprised, but what's he going to do? What are they going to go with him for WrestleMania? Go back against Judgment Day?
I would say it depends on what they do with Beth Phoenix. You guys see Beth going into the female end of the Royal Rumble?
Oh yeah, for sure.
The Glamazon.
She has scored a settle with mommy.
That's kind of, yeah. And they both do. If you think about it, could be a mixed tag event, right? Coming up for WrestleMania, possibly.
Again.
It could be. It could
Yeah,
be.
right. Again.
They were saying it was going to be Edge versus Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match at the Royal Rumble, but now it's making it sound like he's just going to be in the Royal Rumble match. So
Okay.
they might have scrapped that. I hope not, but
Just Edge in the Royal Rumble.
yeah.
Okay.
Or like 29 other
What
ones,
happened to
but
the other 29? Yeah, that's what.
It's going to be a short pay-per-view.
Okay.
So I think we're all excited to see Edge back. I think we're all in agreement that his time in the ring is really starting to wind down now. I think that was stated in an article not too long ago that he's doing less and less in-ring appearances now. And I think he's pretty much, I think his career is winding down after whatever run he's on now.
Yeah.
I think he's doing more in the ring, though, than his former tag team partner.
Oh, yeah, it's been a Christian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while since has Christian even been on AEW television in a while? I don't.
No, he's out injured.
Oh, he's out injured.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's injured.
There you go. All right.
He come back for one match and got injured,
There you go.
you know?
By the way, I'm wearing an Impact hat for two reasons. Number one, because we know they're going to be out here in February. On the, what is it, 23rd, 24th, 22, 23, whatever that weekend is. with
24,
Scott.
25, 26.
That's what I said, Thomas. Thank you very much. 24, 5, and 6. But listen, I saw it in the news last night. Any company that brings back Santino Marella as the interim DOA is worth taking note of. I just thought that was pretty interesting.
If that interim doesn't last until they get here, I'm going to be so mad.
It was awesome.
I bet.
When he walked out, he had
The badge?
He had
I
this
saw-
little freaking badge you couldn't even read.
And it said DOA on the jacket, right?
Yes,
Oh man, so
it was good.
it
It was
so
good.
That's hats off to them. Rumor is RK Bro is done.
I just got
Oh, okay.
I just got a hot message from a friend of mine
Okay.
saying that the Powerball last night,
Oh,
the winning ticket,
tell me it was from Oklahoma, from New Mexico.
Maine.
Oh, damn it.
Just
All right. Well, congratulations. We are looking for sponsors to whoever that is in Maine that won.
yeah.
Anyway, matter of fact, I think John would be also very willing to sell the studio from that person in Maine if they made the right
If the
price.
price was right,
If the price is right.
That's a game show.
That's right.
Oh,
Drew
they have to
Carey.
buy new phone equipment.
That's yeah,
Right.
we can update it from the crank phone.
Yeah,
Right?
there you go.
Rumor is RK Bro is done if and when Randy Orton returns from injury. Gentlemen, your thoughts on that one?
They were entertaining for a while, but Randy Orton is one of the best single wrestlers this planet has to offer. And him in the tag team was like cool to watch, but it was kind of wasting him at the same time because
I was always
he
waiting
could
for
be
the heel
doing a lot of
turn.
other things.
What's that, Brandy?
I was always waiting for that heel turn because he's a great heel, and
Mhm.
for him to just heel turn on Riddle would have been great. But
Yeah.
I think it's run its course.
Well, I think a lot like with Sammy joining the Bloodline, not a whole lot of people were into that initially, but over time it grew and the fans loved it. And I think the same thing can be said about RK Bro. They were thrown, and maybe part of the tag team. One of the reasons maybe was to save Randy a little bit from the back issues that eventually
Yeah.
came out, was having Riddle take half the load, so to speak. But the crowd just loved it.
Oh.
And loved it. And what was always the saying, what's best for business, right? And keeping RK Bro together, even with all the teases of a turn, I think made good business. Now they've been apart for, I think, too long to make it where they can bring them back together. So I think independently, I think Randy should, if this might be his final run at some point, hopefully due to his back, I agree, should be on his own.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him get back together for 2 or 3 matches.
Okay.
Not very long,
Mhm.
but just get back to give the fans one last hurrah.
Okay. And then he'll turn.
And then the heel turn.
Oh, this thing come out and immediately RKO. Like before Riddle even gets a word out of his mouth.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And the other thing is, I read up this morning. I'm glad to see Matt's doing well.
Yes.
It looks like he is,
On his way to recovery.
yes, and back with the family. So,
Good.
I'm very happy for that.
Will be interesting, like you just said, before he gets the word out. I'm thinking when Riddle does that jump to flip his flip flops off.
The flippy flops.
Randy's right there on his way down to get him in the RKO, and that's it.
Yes.
He's going.
Something like that.
Right?
See, that would be good because we wouldn't be expecting it.
That's right.
All
right.
That's wrestling.
Last rumor we have before we go to our first break. That's a cue for our producer. Rumor is there will be major pushback, and this is going to lead into a lot of our discussion coming back. If indeed Vince does take over creative, and or if the rumor is true of the quote unquote sale to Saudi Arabia, which came out later on, was just a rumor. However, if Vince does get back in creative, and I'll throw it over to 1A first for their input. Talent pushback. What do you think, Brandy and Thomas?
I think most definitely there's going to be talent pushback because look at what was brought back because of Triple H, and now if Vince takes it back over, what happens to those guys that were just brought back?
There would definitely be major pushback. All these guys that just came back would be out the door in a
There's
heartbeat.
probably a reason there was a meeting before SmackDown last night with Triple H and the guys.
That's a good point. Guys, what do you think?
I
I agree. I think there will be pushback, and I think there's some already, some uneasiness.
I read a comment this morning that Triple H and his team met with the wrestlers, or the ones that weren't there were on their phones listening. At this point in time, they've assured him that Triple H is over creative and Vince is not involved. What Vince is involved in, and the reason he came back is for the selling of the company.
Are you not concerned, though, that his ego may play a role, that part of him will want to get back involved in creative? Because I read yesterday he's supposedly going to make an appearance at WrestleMania, I believe.
What I read this morning, it said Triple H has total creative control over WrestleMania. Now, does that mean that Vince?
Welcome to WrestleMania.
Exactly, right. And that, hey, that's okay.
Sure,
that's a
if he owns
prop.
The company,
that's a prop for him,
right?
But I don't personally see him getting involved in creative. If he gets involved creative and it starts affecting the matches, I think you're going to see a big ass rebellion
from the fans as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I definitely think there's going to be a huge pushback if he ends up in creative, because everyone they're pushing now is everyone Triple H brought back,
right?
And those are all the people Vince didn't like and fired them,
right.
And I read this morning that Vince just brought his month and a half ago fired chief of staff back to work with him in the selling side of the company.
Okay.
They're also saying that like maybe he won't get part of creative because they said he hasn't even shown up to a TV taping yet, or really even shown up to the office.
Okay.
Well, technically, he can't get involved in creative because in the SEC filing, he's put in writing that he's only there to facilitate a sale of the company and for the TV rights deals.
Well, even George Steinbrenner called down to the dugout when managers were in there calling the games, so you never know. All right, with that, we're going to step aside because after we come back from break, we're going to dive more into our thoughts, your thoughts in the comments room, everything that we can kind of digress, diagnose, and digest regarding the return of Vincent Kennedy McMahon and what that may mean to wrestling as a whole. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Why?
Because
this is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Hi, I'm George Miklos.
Hi, I'm Rick Upchurch.
Hi, I'm Aaron Phillips, and we are
The Round Table. Check us out. Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific Time Live.
On Facebook page as well as WWDBTV.
One.
We're back.
I feel right at home now.
Sweaty.
I think welcome back to Thoughts Come Anywhere. Once again, the short count gets us. So to the caller,
The real short.
the caller who tried calling in during the first segment, we are now armed with headsets, or we will be headed with what you know what I mean. Anyway,
You're gonna be
so
headed.
try again to call in, and hopefully the headset will solve the problem in terms of us being able to hear you. So 702-992-3207 is the number. Let's try that again, or if anybody dares. By the way, special shout out to anybody who might be listening on the WWDBTV downloadable app. Right now, it's up for Android. We're still waiting for Apple to give the go-ahead to our producer here, letting him know that the update is
That's
finished.
why Android's better.
So the Android app is working. If you have an Apple, sorry, you got to wait. But a special shout out to everybody out there. Everybody out there who's watching, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, wherever it is, we appreciate you. And if you're watching the rerun on Roku, don't forget, download the WWDB-TV channel to your Roku box if you have it. And you can catch not only our show, but all the shows that are here, the dozens and dozens and hundreds of thousands of shows that are here. You can check them out on the Roku channel. All right.
My girlfriend's in the chat room.
Which one?
Miss Jennifer. Good
Jennifer,
morning from
yes.
Hawaii.
She was there at the top of the show.
I know. I apologize. I'm a little slow today.
You don't have your glasses on. That's
Three
fine.
quarters Halfheimer's kicking in.
All right, let's get to it. Big story of the week. By the way, this came out, regarding Vince and getting himself back into position. Kind of overshadowed Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné, whatever name you want to put out there, in her return in New Japan the night before. Vince kind of took the headline over from there.
Yeah.
So your thoughts on everything going on here? This is going to be,
You mean
I think,
Sasha and her botchamania?
or Botchamania, yes,
Well-
and that
Gotcha.
tiger hair.
Was it really a impact of her coming back? She's a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So she left WWE.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people leave WWE. A lot of people leave AEW. Frankie Kazarian left AEW, just signed a contract with Impact, showed up at Impact last night on the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a big deal? I don't think so.
Probably in the scope of the world of wrestling, probably not.
I don't think so.
However, let me just, and again, I'm just putting this out there.
I
to add to the
apologize.
conversation.
Go
No,
ahead.
no, no,
Go
no.
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
just want to add this to the conversation.
Go ahead.
The way Sasha left with Naomi, the speculation, will she, won't she? Heck, there was even a storyline over at AEW. Is she Soraya's, mystery partner? I think that makes that a little more, I'll just say, intriguing.
Interesting for wrestling.
Exactly, because Kazarian signing was like spur of the moment. There was no, it happened. He signed. Great. This was something that was building ever since Naomi and Sasha walked out.
It literally depends on the wrestler of how much interest they draw. Because if we were having this conversation about like Brock Lesnar, John Cena possibly going to AEW, that'd be a gigantic freaking thing. And they're just wrestlers.
I'm more interested to know about
Naomi.
her. Thank you very much.
Bloodline.
What is Naomi doing? We haven't heard anything about her. As far, is she still under contract to WWE? I don't know that. Maybe somebody does. I don't. So I'm just wondering if, like Matt, you alluded to, is she going to go to the Bloodline?
I think it's only a matter of time of that before if she goes back to WWE, but it seems like she is. I think she was just following her friend in like a dumb move, not realizing who her freaking family or her in-laws are technically, but
Yeah.
she has some stroke around that company now. So
Let's start over to 1A for your thoughts when you heard the news about Vincent Kennedy McMahon, Mr. Thomas.
That was surprised that he came back because we all thought he was done. As long as he stays out of creative, we'll be fine.
the business side, it's a great move.
Business side is definitely a great move. He
Brandy?
I'm still waiting to see on this sale because if it goes to the Saudis, I don't see WWE thriving as well as they think it should be.
Oh, they'll be dead if they go to the Saudis.
I saw an interesting comment last night. I guess the Khans are interested, and they'd like to see a combination of the two. Now, somebody put a comment out during the week that I read. If the WWE is sold to the Saudis, you're possibly going to see territories come back into professional wrestling.
Okay.
Chief's wet dream come true.
Absolutely.
Now, Nick Khan, and I saw the article, I know you have it on the run sheet, also has already visited or has meetings planned with Disney and ESPN. What I'm surprised about is who owns NBC nowadays? Is NBC does they own the Peacock network?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So why are we not?
NBCU.
So since NBC, and you guys can, Thomas, I'll go to you first. We already know that the WWE has content on the Peacock network. Why isn't NBC getting involved in buying WWE?
They might be, as far as we know. There could be some negotiations going on behind closed doors that nothing's getting out yet.
That's a cop-out answer. I expect a little more strength. Well, it could be. That's a Chief answer. Come on, that's my answer. Chief is always right on.
Thomas and I talked about it off air this week.
Now talk about it on air.
If we're going to. And you said that NBC owns all of it.
Yeah, they own
Okay.
Peacock and yeah.
And then we threw in the one that would get hurt would be Fox,
Yes.
because they would lose
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Yes.
But then you said SmackDown could go to NBC, Channel 3.
Yes.
And if Channel 3 out here
Local,
in Vegas,
right.
local.
Your local NBC network.
If I remember, there used to be a WWE show on NBC, and I think it was called Saturday Night Fights.
Saturday Night Main Event.
Main Event. Thank
Yeah,
you. See, I'm getting
I'm
that.
pretty sure that was it too.
So there could be a show that comes back on NBC. So NBC may make more sense than anybody else to buy them.
I mean,
They already have the full category. That's like the whole WWE network is on there.
Yes, Garth, the phones we hope are working. We have our headsets, hoping to hear you or any caller that calls in. 992-3207. That's 702 area code 992-3207. Hopefully with the headsets we'll make it work. The most logical transition in my mind would be with NBC. They already have the catalog. They already have the pay-per-views. They already have the shows. They already have everything. So starting now, do we hear about WWE on ESPN? Yes. On all these other channels. So we'll see what happens. All right, we're going to give this another try. We heard the phone ring. Mr. John's going to give us the switch and let us know that hopefully it is working. We'll be able to hear the caller. You ready to go, John? Give it a try?
Give it a try.
All right, caller, who's this, please? Give us a call. Let us know. Who are you? Hearing nothing in the headsets. I hear it coming through somewhere on your end, John, but I hear nothing through that.
He's seeing the delay.
But I hear we have dead silence in the headsets.
Have you turned the volume up?
Yep.
You turned it on?
Yep.
Got it? Because I'm hearing him here.
Okay, so then there's something from the feed from there to the desk that we're missing then.
Yeah.
Can you put them on the house speaker?
I don't hear
Is
anything
that
on
where
my
we're
end.
gonna get the feedback?
Okay. Hang on. Well, then if I turn off the microphones so that we
Well,
don't.
turn them off so we can hear him. Go ahead, caller.
Nothing.
Okay, turn it back up. All right, obviously that's still not working. We're gonna have to hold off on the calls. We are sorry about that. We will get that resolved quickly as possible. Again, I'm gonna, again,
Don't call us, we'll call you.
I'm afraid that would even work. Full transparency, before we came over to the Worldwide Digital Broadcasting, this studio did a lot of recording and post-production work and then uploads to their networks. When our shows, this show and the other shows that I'm involved with came here, we like to do them live.
Live shows.
Correct.
Yes.
The live show segment is something that has been expanding here at the network, but not really as tested as much as we all have been testing it. So the phones obviously is the number one issue that we need. Strike two. Yes, Garth, I know. We're not even going to try strike three, so don't worry about it.
I'm not answering the next time he calls.
It could be just Garth.
Wait, he has the money.
Garth, you're better off just coming to the studio.
Yeah,
Yes,
be
sir.
an in-studio
Finley
guest.
Mazda, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Garth, you working today at Finley Mazda? I'm throwing a bone out there for you. You know, I'm giving you some props. So, Finley Mazda, if anybody needs a new car, go see Garth Wall or Brandon Case at Finley Mazda. And
we'll send
tell
you
them the
bills.
chief sent you.
And we'll
Where are
send
they located?
Somewhere in Las Vegas.
It's actually in Henderson,
it's actually ended off the 95.
Valley Auto Mall.
Valley Auto
It's
Mall.
on the other side, though, isn't it? They're on the other side. I don't know. Just look it up online.
Hey, Garth,
Anyway, yes, sir.
you know I got 3/4 Halfheimers. You know that. So I did the best I could do for you.
All right. Since we have the phone issues, that'll give us a good opportunity since we've already caught our breath a little bit. It is time to get ready for the Chiefs rant. This is one of the favorite segments that people love listening to. Brandy enjoys it. Now she gets to watch it again in studio live and watch Chief's head explode as he talks about his rant. And I'm stalling so that John gives me a thumbs up that we're ready. There you go. There's a thumbs up. Now it is time for the Chiefs rant.
Don't Jerry Lawler yourself.
You're doing CPR then.
Good morning, folks. It is the Chief. I got my 5-minute countdown, so I got 5 minutes today. That's pretty damn good. Anyway, I'm going to talk about my eyeballs today. Since I'm not using glasses and I can actually see small stuff over there.
I think he was talking to you, Thomas. I'm not
Some
sure.
years ago, I had Coke bottle lenses on my glasses, almost like Aaron's got now. Anyway, so I went out to see my friendly ophthalmologist, and he said to me, he says, you ever thought about lens implants? And I said, no, what the hell are you talking about, Doc? He said, well, I put a little cut on the side of your lens, and then I put in your prescription of your glasses. And he said, you don't wear glasses no more. That's why I'm so damn ugly, because I got all kinds of stuff from wearing glasses around here, you know, and it happened. So anyway, so he orders them for me, right? And he says, oh, shit. He said, they're going to be about $14,000 an eyeball. So he did one.
Couldn't give you a discount for both at the same time.
No. So anyway, he did one. Well, come to find out, after he put the first one in, he got called up to the commanding officer's office out at the base. And they weren't what they normally put in, the $14,000 lens implants. These were $35,000. They're the type that the pilots use. Okay. So I got $35,000 in this eye and $35,000 in this eye, and I read about 20/15.
So why do you still wear reading glasses?
Because
Seriously.
I feel
That's X-ray
comfortable.
vision.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So anyway, I can read. So anyway, enough on that. You saw the flip phone. Now, for my man, Mr. Matt Mullen over here, who always criticizes
Oh, is
me
that a boring wrestler?
about old school.
John, I'm going to hold it up to my camera. It's a little closer for them to see.
About
John, can you
old
go to my one
school.
shot?
About old school. You got any idea who that? Don't look it up. You got any idea who that is? I'll give you her name is Big Mama. Big Mama. That's her name. Any idea who that is? Huh? Well, I'm gonna tell you a little story about this real quick, folks. This is Jimmy Valiant, handsome Jimmy Valiant's wife. Okay, in real life, or was. I believe they're divorced now. But anyway, she became famous. Stop. She became famous in the Miss Atlanta Lively match down in Atlanta, Georgia, when Ronnie Garvin dressed up as a woman and tag teamed with Jimmy Valiant. She was their valet, went against Jim Cornette and and Bobby Eaton and Dennis Condrey.
The Midnights.
The Midnight Express. That's correct. All right. And this is probably 30 years ago, folks. back in the,
Longer than 30, like almost 40.
yeah, well, 30's close enough. But anyway, I just want to bring some history into it. Big Mama, you are a big mama. That is for sure.
Looking at that picture, you ain't shitting a ton.
So that's the Chiefs rant over and out today. Little history.
There you go.
Amen to radio wrestling.
She looked like she should have been on the radio.
By the way, Garth said his address is 7760 Eastgate Road down in Henderson, www.finleymazda.com. And I'll send you a bill for the plug there.
There you go,
Yeah,
bud.
Cost you like
send him a bill.
$3-4.
What's that?
Yes.
What's
How
that?
much did that autograph cost you? Like $4?
$250.
In wooden nickels.
No, I got that one.
You got it
3
in
wooden
person?
teeth.
Yeah. Big Mama.
3 wooden teeth.
I didn't
You're just
I didn't
jealous.
think back time they made them that big.
Oh,
Wonder what they made silicone implants out of in like 1970.
I have no idea.
Hey,
Rubber.
Bunch of like grocery bags.
that's how Goodyear got its name.
You know what? Hey, you know what? Y'all can go to hell.
That's right.
We're already there.
Michigan,
Chief,
by the
already
way.
there.
We're on our way. Anyway,
I already have Loverfront property purchased. It's fine.
anyway,
We love you too, Chief.
we're entertaining Patrick out there. That's good.
Freaking eat shit and bark at the moon.
Stephanie McMahon.
Okay,
Up
just
your nose
checking.
with a rubber hose.
Just
I know you had
checking.
that one too. Anyway, Stephanie
Damn it.
McMahon resigned the day after Vince was voted back. She's taken a leave from her leave.
She
from
had
her leave.
she had surgery
Then she
on
ended
her
up, yeah.
on her leg.
Both
Her ankles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she had ankle surgery.
Yes.
Anyway, so big changes there. With Stephanie now out of the picture, essentially, okay, what changes? We never really saw her in front of the camera since Vince left, like we had years prior.
No.
Okay, she was behind the scenes, she was running things.
Yes.
What do you think, if any, would be her with her impact now leaving WWE again to continue her leave? What impact do you think not having Stephanie around might do for the company at this point? What do you guys think?
I mean, it's kind of hard, like, as a brand ambassador, because she was, like, big on that. Like, she was the face of the company outside of TV, going to do speakings and recruiting, like, women to do the business side. It's going to hurt there, but it's not going to hurt anything on the wrestling side.
Okay. Brandy, your thoughts?
I don't know. I think she did it proper as being behind the scenes, like a CEO should be behind the scenes, where I think Vince has too much of an ego and he's going to try to make it about him. So just my thoughts.
Okay. Guys?
I think like the brand part will definitely like hurt a little bit because she was the one doing like the conventions and putting like WWE's name out there for like different sponsors, different events, stuff like that. So basically leaves Nick Khan in charge of everything. And from what I've read, he's running the day-by-day operations on the business side of WWE. It's not Vince or anybody else. It's Nick Khan.
Okay. So we'll see what'll happen there. Who could step up, do you think, for that brand ambassador position that Stephanie had, where she was out there promoting the brand? And is there anybody that you come to mind that you think can carry that mantle for Stephanie, for the company? I mean, Titus O'Neil is out there all the time promoting WWE as an ambassador with the kids and things like that within communities. Or is that even a role that's needed to be with somebody in particular?
What
I
about
can
Shane?
see like, huh?
What about Shane? Like Shane McMahon?
No, Shane's not going to do any of that stuff. No, he want to go out and be a brand ambassador. No, he wants to go in there and do crazy shit.
I could see like a Mick Foley or a Shawn Michaels or something having that kind of role.
I can see that more for Mick with Sean doing
I can
NXT.
see Foley, yeah, but not Sean.
All right, it was just food for thought in terms of that position.
They might look for another female to do it, so that way they can get more females into the company.
Molly Holly,
Maybe that would be.
because she's out there a lot too as an ambassador at times for WWE.
Trish Stratus.
Stratus, possibly, yeah. Lita, maybe together, some kind of thing.
Yeah.
Listen. We don't know.
Mama.
Big Mama. Yeah, there you go.
Only if they go to the Saudis.
That's-
Then she has to be covered up, and then I don't care.
that's it.
They're covered up as they are, man. What the hell? Are your eyeballs
You gotta
there?
cover her face.
Are your eyeballs bad?
They get into the room 5
Those
minutes
damn
before
things
she
are
does.
covered up. What's wrong with you?
I'm talking about the face.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. Nice try.
Okay.
No cigar.
Do you think she
Next.
holds a candle to
Next.
Do you think she holds a candle to your most?
Who? What? Who you?
Was it your big
what?
superstar of 2023, the up and coming Becky Lynch?
No. Oh, hey, I got something to talk about though.
By the way, I want to say hello to Elizabeth Miller, who's in the chat room.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, so say what we were gonna say. What?
What the hell do you think's going to happen when in May when WrestleMania takes place?
You mean in April?
No, it May.
It's April 1st and 2nd.
It's May.
May in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. What do you think about that? Huh?
Sometimes I just don't know what to comment, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't know. We don't know if he's messing around.
Last time
I know where he's going. He's trying to get a rise out, and you only got one rise out of Thomas over there about the dates.
Thomas will giggle at anything. Anything.
I just sat here quietly. We're letting it go through. Anyway.
Wait a minute, the phone's ringing. Hold on. Hello.
Did you feed the gerbils? Is the string attached to the
He got the tin can with the string.
Yes.
Before we go to our second break, Mr. Producer, at your cue. Get right.
I got to come up with something good. For
First of all,
next.
congratulations goes out to Ricochet. He announced his engagement to Samantha Irvine on the SmackDown.
He did it here in Vegas.
Yeah, so congratulations. Do they live here really? More and more people. We need to get a full. Mr. Historian, this is your job if you don't want to get fully fired.
I thought that was Matt's job as the stalker of wrestlers.
No, we need a full official directory of each and every wrestler from any promotion that lives here in Las Vegas.
Okay, I'll look on that
I
this
want
week.
a full. If not, you're fired. Ronald will
I
take
think
place.
you know what I think.
Is Ronald even in the chat room this week?
I think Group.
I don't know. I think he's sleeping.
He had a
He does
wrestling.
the same amount of work sleeping.
He had a wrestling show last night that he was working at.
Ricochet.
No, Ronald.
Oh,
Still,
Ronald.
it's almost
Ronald.
1 o'clock down there. He can freaking
Ronald.
get his ass up and watch the show.
Hey.
On the flip side, a little sad note, we
Excuse me.
want to send our thoughts and prayers out to Veer Mahan's family. His father
Yes.
unexpectedly passed away
Yes.
right before he was supposed to go on show on Friday. I think he passed away the day before and could not make his appearance. So our thoughts and prayers go out to him as well. All right, with that, we're going to step aside for break number 2 so we can then work towards wrapping up hour number 1, hoping that hour number 2 will only be better than hour number 1.
It's better.
With that, you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Hey, you know what? We'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Aaron Phillips here, inviting you to join me every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. right here on Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV on my show, Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. I bring to you the movers and shakers of Las Vegas and really all around the world. It's also fun, entertaining, silly, goofy, informative, everything you'd want to be entertained by on a Saturday, except no politics, no religion. As I said, it's designed to be a fun show. Remember, that's every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, right here, Aaron's Hour, Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
Hello there, folks, and we're back.
Oh, in 533 seconds, this show will be over. But anyway. Sorry.
Yes.
534
Hell yeah.
more than another studio has.
Yeah, John is leaving.
If my
Leave the lights
wife is in the room, I'll explain it to you later.
Oh, my gosh. Patrick, a good friend of mine, he's in the chat room. I think you guys see his name pop up there. And Patrick, I'm just going to tell you, this is what not to do when hosting your own show. But anyway, okay, you know what? Yesterday, PWI Awards came out.
Oh, about that.
Yes,
What's
sir.
that?
We have like 75,000 different reasons why this is what we're supposed to be doing.
And why is that, sir?
Because our Facebook video from last week has over 75,000 views.
Wow. And
We're
that's
doing something right.
Plus,
that Thomas didn't have enough time last week, so
We blurred his face out. That probably has something to do with it.
No,
No,
that's because Chief kept his teeth in his mouth.
no, but wait, you know what's going to happen?
Talk to me.
Our buddy Scott's going to hear you say that. You know, he's going to say it's because he was on the show.
well, then he needs to be on the show more often. Then
I wish he was more available.
He
He's only one of the founding members of the show.
He's busy today.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he's
Okay,
busy every day.
he is
God bless
busy
him.
today,
And he does.
and we love you, Scott,
Absolutely. And truth be told, he helps us a lot behind the scenes in a lot of conversation.
in more ways than one.
All right.
Where we
He
go?
was a lifesaver.
Well, I was going to say, along with our Facebook views, our show on WWDBTV on YouTube, let's put this in perspective. In the past, we would barely get less than a hand's count of views. What was the last number we had? 1,200 views last week, just on Facebook. And I'm anxious at the end of the month when John gets Roku numbers to see how the shows are doing up there. So far, we want to thank everybody for your support in
We'll be back to
our
number one
debut
on
here.
Roku.
What's that?
We'll be back to number one on Roku.
We'll be back to number
Is,
one.
is that is 1,200 good?
Yes, on Facebook, considering we got 2,
YouTube,
3. I
YouTube.
mean, on YouTube, yes, considering we only 2, 3, or 4 maybe on YouTube in the past.
Okay.
But that was on our own channel.
And
This
you
is
know,
on-
I'm asking seriously
Yes,
because,
absolutely.
folks, I don't know when they're talking numbers. I don't know
The
nothing.
There's no
about that.
YouTube on your flip phone. We know.
That's right.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait. Let me check. Hello, Mabel.
Big Mama.
But
That's a good flip.
That's it.
See,
that's the name of the phone. We're going to call the phone Big Mama.
see, I'm so stupid. I have to write my number on the back of it.
You don't call yourself.
No.
That's okay. But I want to keep in perspective when we ran the YouTube channels previously. What the hell is that? God figured out the number to call in on John's line.
Oh, I thought it was my exercise.
We were running it on our own channel.
Yeah.
That's the difference between that and running it on a network. We're running it on the WWDBTV network that has been up for years. He's got a great following. He's got over 5,000 organic subscribers, which means he didn't pay for any lists. He didn't pay anybody off to join his channel. So people are watching the show because of the strength of the network. And so seeing 1,200 views just on YouTube for us, we've never seen those numbers before
Okay.
on a
I've never
YouTube
experienced like a good studio like this. It's an amazing thing.
You know what?
channel. I feel the whole,
Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
I'm
the
just
whole is getting
Didn't even have to
deeper
pay
over
me to say that.
I
Either.
know.
I'm just breathing nice and easy.
I
You
know.
know that?
This is gonna be the joke that never ends.
So
That's so
PW, we're going to tell the whole joke, right? Nothing but the whole joke. Right?
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Swear to God.
All right, let's go over some
All right, where are we
PWI
at?
awards. We're going to go to PWI awards for a
Okay,
little bit of a
let me
shift
put
here.
the cheaters on now.
All right, even though you don't need them and paid $100 million for eyeballs. Faction of the year.
99 cents at the 99-cent store.
But that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Buck
Anyway.
and a quarter.
$1.25 now with tax.
Yeah,
Faction of
that's
the
what
year.
Liz told
Is there
me.
anybody surprised
Faction.
or name another faction should have gotten it other than the Bloodline for 2022?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
And it's all because of Sami Zayn.
Liz says Chief is so confused. And yes, I agree with that. I believe the addition of Zayn to that bloodline, would they have been in the same position if Zayn was not involved in the storyline?
Title wise, yes. Entertaining wise, no.
Okay, so that tells me, and you guys, I'll throw this over there. We know WWE stands for entertainment. Does that mean, in a way, more people interested in being entertained with entertainment versus being entertained by wrestling guys over there in 1A?
We gotta have like a nice balance. You can't just go all wrestling, or you're not gonna get any viewership.
Okay, Brandy?
Sammy is the entertainment for me. He brings everything. That's why a sale to the Saudis would be scary because we would lose guys like Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
Sounded like you're gonna say you agree with me, but you couldn't get it out.
Shut your mouth.
I
Are those two married?
Feel the love.
Never. Ever.
I've always said when we don't know what's going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
that's entertainment,
Right.
and that's what needs to keep happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think, I agree. Sammy's the glue to that place right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're just going to have to wait and see what's going to happen.
And yet we continue to be entertained by that, even while all of us in anticipation that follow the wrestling world feel that eventually Sammy's going to be either turning on the bloodline or they're going to get rid of him to eventually join KO.
Excommunicated.
Right, and eventually join KO to go. So in the back of our minds, we're enjoying the entertainment of what's happening, but yet we all have in the back of our mind the conscious thought, this is not going to last forever because of the eventual departure of Zayn from the group. I think, could we all agree to that?
We're all entertained by the bloodline, but we're all anticipating the downfall of the bloodline as well.
Exactly. Fair enough. All right, next announcement, most improved.
Well put.
Former WWE NXT champion Mandy Rose. Her bank account has certainly improved. That's for damn sure.
She had a television interview this week too.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. So thoughts on anybody else who could have gotten it other than Mandy Rose? Most improved.
No, definitely Mandy.
Gentlemen?
It would have had to have been Mandy. She was like not even taken seriously on the main roster. Then she went to NXT and she's like the top woman of NXT for over a year. And I was waiting for her to get back to the main rosters to prove herself in front of all the main people in the
naysayers.
company.
Yeah. I agree with that. Naysayer. Do you like that word?
It's only three syllables.
Naysayer.
Okay, 3
I
syllables.
wanted to see her against Chiefs' top 3 up-and-coming wrestlers of 2023.
And who are they again?
Bailey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
I think someday they'll be good.
You know what?
They got something coming eventually.
You know, I want to bring something up, though.
Sure.
I remember a guy that was brought up to the main roster and had a shitty-ass outfit. And now he's back on the main roster on SmackDown along with his lovely wife. I think that they could have been brought up for most improved, being what Vince did to Karrion Kross.
I agree, Chief. That monstrosity.
That's a close second.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I did good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tag Team of the Year, FTR.
They're right there with the
No
Usos.
doubt in my mind.
Say that again, Thomas.
They're right there with the Usos, 1-1A.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind.
Between all the
Briscoes?
titles they won and all that stuff, you could like flip a coin of like who was the better between the two. I
So-
still think it should have been the Usos.
So are we looking at titles? And I ask this for a reason, because whenever we talk and we have some great conversation about tag teams, the Briscoe boys come up a lot as well. Now, they don't have the amount of belts that FTR had, and we know about the Usos. Where would the Briscoes fall into this?
They were third.
Were they actually third?
I won't even.
I
They only had two
would.
matches on the whole year, so how can they even be
I-
even?
They're still the Briscoes.
I know.
I
I love the Briscoes, but they shouldn't have been considered for tag team
Young
of the year.
Bucks.
I would say, you know, you look at it. We got FTR, we got the Usos, we got the Briscoes, we got the Young Bucks. To me, they're the top 4 tag teams in the world, and they all entertain. But I think this year, if you look at how FTR and I think in this case it was the belts
Okay.
that determined. You know, Jimmy and Jay have had the tag belts for X amount of days. I don't know, 500 and some days now, something like that. But FTR went out and held the Mexican belts, the ROH belts, the IWGP belts, and
The AEW belts,
and the
right.
AEW belts. So I think that's
Okay.
why, in my opinion, that's why they
Absolutely.
were ranked that way.
And now they're looking to split up the tag team titles in WWE.
That's what they're
they
saying.
announced it on Monday. So
That's
that
what they're saying.
it's going to be a #1 contenders match. And
Well,
all
I
that.
think SmackDown, Fox needs a title. I think that's the Universal title. The way they've been carrying it that way has not helped one or the other networks.
same with the tag.
Same
I
thing
think
with
they
the
both
tag.
need to be
So
split.
Yep.
tag titles don't
absolutely.
matter 'cause
So let
Usos
me
are
ask
on
the
both
question:
shows.
if they're thinking about breaking the tag belts up, what do you think? Are they going to bring the Roman Reigns belts up also?
I don't
Probably.
They
think.
gotta
I
at some
don't-
point.
At
I
some
don't know. I
point.
don't think so. 'Cause it's Roman.
But I think Fox or not Fox, but I think USA or NBC, they want that. They need a title on their show too, where
Well, yeah, you're right. Fox was not happy when they unified the titles that they realized that they were losing a belt,
Yeah, USA.
or you at one of them, they were losing a regular champion. Now I think if you did the Universal titles correctly, You can still have them carrying 2 belts was ridiculous. They should have one belt like they did when Chris Jericho won it back in the day, and have that champion go to each show every other week. Now that channel has 2 weeks to build the return of a champion. Now, what would that do for TV ratings when you can actually build for 2 weeks that your heavyweight champion is coming to your channel to wrestle whomever for the top, whatever, and there's not enough title matches on TV, regular TV, to garner interest and ratings as well.
If and when they do break the tag team belts up, okay, who do we think the next tag team's going to be besides the Usos?
Well, I think they're building up Sheamus and McIntyre now as a tag team, right?
Yeah.
You got
They have the best tag team name ever.
Yeah.
The Bang Bros.
You have
Google it. Google it.
The what?
I dare anybody to Google
Google
that.
it. Google
What
the Bang
is it?
Bros.
The Bang Bros?
No.
I'll bet you Big Mama knows them.
After hours on this channel.
Is my wife still on here?
probably.
Oh,
Big
God.
Mama doesn't qualify.
I'm in trouble.
That is not a Bang Bro type.
They don't have an elderly channel.
With-
Sorry.
With New Day down in NXT right now, I don't think they'll be in the equation for a while, right?
But they
we-
have
I know.
Imperium. They have.
Oh, that's a good
How
one.
about Sanity? Are they coming back with Eric Young?
Imperium.
I think that's one
That's-
that might be coming back
that's a
to
good one.
Sanity.
Imperium
And
without
then,
Gunther.
they have Judgment
Yeah,
Day
yeah.
with Damian Priest and Dominic
Mhm.
that they could build up as a
Mhm.
tag team.
And maybe like they did originally with Cesaro and Sheamus, you just, like we do with RK Bro, you just put 2 people together, roll the dice, you never know. Right?
That's what they're
You-
doing
you
during
never know.
Sheamus.
That's what they
That's
did
what
with
I
Rock
just,
and
I
Sock
just,
Connection.
I just wanted to throw that out
Sure.
there. you
I
know?
think some form of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are taking the belts off the Usos.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree. Well, I think that's the direction we're all expecting
I
to
hope
happen. So,
I don't know now that they're splitting up the belts. I can
Yeah.
see Judgment Day taking the Raw tag titles for
Yeah.
sure.
that's
Morning,
it.
Calvin White. How you doing, buddy?
Calvin's in there?
Calvin is in there.
All right, Calvin, good to see you. All right, Rookie of the Year announced was Hook.
Yes.
Does nothing
Makes
for
total
me.
sense.
Mhm.
I have not seen enough. Now, but he didn't wrestle more than half the 2022 calendar? That's Taz's
On
son,
TV,
correct?
he was on Dark most.
Okay,
of the
that's
time.
Taz's son, right? If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken? Okay.
Great collegiate wrestler.
Woman of the Year, Bianca Belair. Thoughts? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Within the calendar year.
It's always Alexa Bliss,
Rhea
the new
Ripley.
face of evil.
Rhea Ripley.
I
And
would
she
have
had
to
no
go
title.
with Rhea
She had
too.
no
Even though
title,
she
so,
didn't have no title,
Rhea Ripley.
she is a main talk right now.
But she doesn't have a title. And
Rhea
we were
Ripley.
talking about that with the tag division.
That would
I hear what
change
you're
at
saying.
WrestleMania.
And I think she should be right up there, but I understand why Bianca got it because
Hey, I'm okay with
Yeah.
Bianca. She's from Tennessee. I'm okay with that. No problem. But I'm saying Rhea Ripley.
But I want to go to the next
Oh,
one
yeah.
for a reason. The match of the year was Cody versus Seth. However, if we're announcing Bianca Belair as the woman of the year, why would you not have the history-making moment? Because it was last year, wasn't it, when Sasha and
No,
and-
that was the year
That was like
that
before.
the
2
year
years
before?
ago.
Yeah, it was the year
Never
before.
mind. I'm sitting too close to Steve.
He's got half-timers.
I got the other half
Yeah,
of
you
the
did.
3/4.
Yeah,
But
the
anyway, so
quarter.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this match primarily because of Cody and what he did after the injury.
But which match is it? Out of
The Hell in a
three?
Cell.
The Hell
It's
in a
the Hell in a
Cell. Yeah.
Cell.
How about Britt Baker and what's her name?
Thunder Rosa.
That was like 2 years ago.
Was it?
See, I gave you back your other half.
Well, damn. Rewind.
So don't call the kettle black over here. sir.
Hey, I wasn't.
No.
You want me to? I
No,
will.
I don't want you to. Most hated, MJF.
Uncle Guido, I need a
Always.
favor.
That's right.
I agree with that.
Hey, Nicholas, some guy, Nicholas Burnett's in the chat room.
Hey, Nick.
Most hated MJF.
No problem with that, no.
Consensus with that one.
Makes
Yeah.
total sense.
Would Punk be considered most hated for a little different reason than MJF?
Most hated. If there was an award for most hated backstage, apparently, probably, but
Okay.
the fans still loved him until the day he left.
All right. Feud of the year, MJF versus Punk.
It was kind of funny that MJF posted the pictures with the plaques, and he like put a piece of tape over CM Punk's name and put MJF, and CM Punk actually commented on his Instagram thing. He was, you may want to put a piece of tape over those ratings too.
Oh, jeez. Fight fire with fire is what they say. Comeback of the year, Taya Valkyrie. Comeback of the year.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
Who would you put in there?
Oh, man, I'm named Carrying Cross.
Okay.
Carrying Cross.
Yeah.
Thomas?
I agree with Brandy, which is shocking, but I would go across as well.
Okay.
I would have gotten Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
Was Bray?
I love Cross, but
Was
Bray
Bray-
Wyatt has made a bigger impact.
Was Bray on TV long enough though? You know, yeah, he's been on
Like 5-6 years.
No, but
Oh, like
Since
recently?
now, yeah.
within 2022.
He's
Yeah.
he's only been on what, 5 months?
Yeah.
Cross has been on almost the whole year,
Come into the
and then some.
He hasn't been in that many matches though
So,
recently.
Come into the microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Don't
I
talk to the wall.
talk to my hand.
No, but I think Bray could be if you look
Yeah.
at the calendar year, if he was on enough or back
Yeah.
long enough.
Did you get
But-
to see Bray last night? That was pretty good.
Another
Yeah.
comeback that I
enjoyed
could
that.
say. Sorry.
Yes. No, go ahead, Brandon.
Another comeback I could say is Bailey, because Bailey coming back was
That's a good one.
even though she was in a faction, she's been in a faction for some of that. She was out for a significant part of the year with a good injury.
About a year and a half is
Yeah.
how long she was out. But I think
That's a
the
good one.
downside is, though, her faction really didn't blow off the roof. I think that a lot of people expected.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
just
like
been
to-
in the last few months that she's gotten her steam up again.
How
Exactly.
about Charlotte?
Nah,
She just barely came back. So
she
that
can
doesn't
go back
count.
How
away.
about Charlotte?
She can
No,
go
she
back
just barely
away.
came back like 3 weeks ago. That doesn't
How
count.
about Charlotte?
No.
How about we
I
move
didn't
on?
know.
Oh.
Wait a minute. If we want to get Chief started, let's announce the last one before we go to break. Indie Wrestler of the Year, Chief's favorite, Matt Cardona.
I hope he comes back at the Royal Rumble.
Mr. Producer, let's go to break.
With that, we're going to end hour number
Well,
one.
I'd go with
We thank you for watching hour number one.
I hope he shows up to Sam's Town. Oh
Hour
my
number
God, I
two coming up
cannot.
next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm George Miklos.
Hi, I'm Rick Upchurch.
Hi, I'm Aaron Phillips, and we are
The
Round Table.
Check us out.
Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific Time Live.
on Facebook page as well as WWDBTV.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.